Okay, so hello guys. We are going to talk about stress and intonation. The team members are Luisa Soberanes, Marlene Villegas, Janbe Valenzuela, and me, Samantha Garcia. So let's get started. Here we have, what did you do last weekend? And the other person answers with, I went to the park. So no, the other person is not hesitating about what he or she did, but they are making an intonation mistake. Just like when they ask a question that sounds like a statement. For example, did you correct our exams? Instead of, did you correct our exams? So, intonation and stress mistakes are common, and particularly when we have students who come from countries whose language is not stressed like English.
Now, what word stress is? When we stress syllables in words, we use a combination of different features. Experiment now with the word computer. Say it out loud. Computer. Listen to yourself. The second syllable on the three is stress. What are you doing so that the listener can hear the stress? A stress syllable combines five features. It is longer. Computer. It's louder. Computer. It has a change in pitch from the syllables coming before and afterward. The pitch of a stressed syllable is usually higher. It is said more clearly. The vowel sound is pure. Compare the first and last vowel sounds with the stress sounds. Computer. It uses larger facial movements. Look in the mirror when you say the word. Look at your jaw and lips in particular. Computer. Why word stress is important? Mistakes in word stress are a common cause of misunderstanding in English. Here are the reasons why. Stressing the wrong syllable in a word can make the word very difficult to hear and understand. Now, in English, we don't say each syllable with the same force or strength. In the word, we accentuate one syllable. We say one syllable very loudly and the other syllables very quietly. Here's some examples. Photograph, photographer, photographic. Do they sound the same? Now, here we have photographer, photograph, photographic. These all happens in words with two or more syllables. Now, here are 4 general rules to keep in mind about word stress as you practice pronunciation. Stress the syllable of most 2-syllable nouns. Example, climate, knowledge. Most 2-syllable adjectives. Examples, flippant, spacious. Stress the last syllable of most 2-syllable verbs. Examples, require, decide. Stress the second to last syllable of words that end with ic. Example, static, geographic. Words ending in tion and tion. Examples, extension, retribution. Stress the third form last syllable of words that end with c, I, ty, v, and g. Example, democracy, uncertainty, geographic, radiology, and words that end in al. Examples, exceptional, critical. Now I'm going to talk about intonation. What is intonation? Intonation and stress are closely linked, so they go hand in hand. Intonation is about how we say things rather than what we say, the way the voice rises and falls when speaking. So, in other words, it's the music of language. Just as words have stressed syllables, sentences have regular patterns of stressed words. In addition, the voice tends to rise, fall, or remain flat, depending on the meaning or feeling we want to convey. It could be surprise, anger, interest, gratitude. Intonation, therefore, indicates the mood of the speaker. So, there are two basic patterns of intonation in English: falling intonation and rising intonation. Although these are not rules, but patterns generally used by native speakers. Just remember that content words are stress and intonation adds attitude or emotion. But how important is intonation? Listen to the next sentences. Are you going to eat that? 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 There's different intonation on each sentence. The first one is, are you going to eat that? Meaning, like it's too big or it's disgusting. Are you going to eat that? The second one, are you going to eat that? Are you going to eat that? Meaning, I'm not sure that it's real food. The third, are you going to eat that? Are you going to eat that? Which means I thought that it was for me. And the last one, are you going to eat that? Meaning, are you sitting here just looking? Like, are you gonna eat it or not? A good exercise to improve pronunciation will be to listen to short recordings of everyday dialogues and then shadow read the script or read it along with the tape using the same stress and intonation as the speakers. Students can repeat this exercise until their voice sounds similar to the voice on the recording. It's also a good idea to note down or record some examples of everyday conversation and repeat them as long as possible, copying the stress and intonation of the speakers. Modern English songs are also a useful way of learning English stress, rhythm, and intonation. To begin with, try singing or saying out loud the lyrics of songs that you find easy to understand.